All right, everybody. I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but the growth this week has been so amazing. So let's see what the garden looks like now. All right, so here we are. All right, so we're gonna start over with the compost pile this time. The growth here is kind of slowing down, but I had to move it because it was getting. But I mean, it's still, and the edges, the strong ones are taking over, and the weak ones are starting to die out, which I kind of expected. But that's kind of just like if we get any squash in there, oh well, it's not really. If we don't, we don't. If we do, it'll just be a bonus. But anyway, all right, so here we go. Now just I clipped that off. That video will go up tomorrow. But as you can see, the squash here is going pretty good. There's a little bit of discoloration. It looks like something's been eating it. So I got to come up with some natural pest control. Probably some vinegar or something to take it out. All right. Then here we have our first tomato bucket. No basil, but that's right. I got something for our spices. So our spices and herbs. But yep. So there you are. Now here we come to our second tomato bucket. As you can see, these two plants here are much larger, much healthier. We got a little weak one down there in the back, but it's all right. This one here, it looks like we might have one sprout, but that's going back in the compost pile. It's been 4 weeks, no marigolds, it's done. Okay, then we got our cilantro here. That one there looks pretty sick, but that one's doing okay, I guess. It's still kind of small, but over here, our second jalapeno cilantro, we got a jalapeno plant there sticking its head up in the back. And I thought I saw another one over on this side, but I guess not. Then we got a couple cilantros. Those ones look pretty good. Styrofoam. All right, now coming down here, this is our marigolds. And they're growing pretty good. They're getting pretty bushy. That's a good thing. Here's our eggplant and mint. There's no mint. Again, I gotta try growing that inside so that I can get it rooted first, and then we'll transplant it. But we got some eggplants. Now here, this is the first of our Four Sisters buckets, and everything is growing in here. Yeah, we do have some leaves in there. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. I'll look it up online and get that figured out. But this corn is the corn is immense. But this one has all four. Now over here, again, the green beans, they're still healthy leaves, so I'm not too worried about it yet. We got a squash. Our sunflowers are looking good all around. The corns are just these tall, great leaves. Still waiting on that last squash to sprout up. It'll warm up today and it may pop up. Then over here, again, we got that's the new one I planted. It's coming up, but something's getting to it. So I gotta figure out how to get rid of these pests. But here's our squash doing real good. Squash down here is doing real good. Sunflower, corn, all doing great. Then over here, these green beans, looking like there's something going on there. I gotta figure it out and crack that. But look at this squash. This squash is huge. The corn, the sunflowers. The sunflowers are all about the same height, which is promising. Then here we got our corn, our squash. We got some green beans going on there, and then down there we got our last one sprouting up. But that's not the big thing. Okay, so now over here, here's the squash we planted underneath the pomegranate tree, which we planted. Now, the thing is, I wasn't sure if this pomegranate, because if you look at this, it looked like it was just a stick in the ground. It's been in the ground for over a month now, and I was like, well, I'll keep watering it. Maybe next year we'll get some growth. But look over here. We got some green there, green there. And then we come over here, and look at this. Look at this. Look at all this green leaves that we have sprouting out on this pomegranate tree. Well, really it's a bush, but look at all this green. And it's coming out all over. So, even up here, look up on these tall ones. Now, I had been looking up when I was doing my research, and it said that it's pretty hard to kill a pomegranate tree. I thought I did it. This other one that I pruned, think there's any life in this either, but as I'm, because some of these are damn brittle, but some of these still have some flexibility in it. So there might be a small root in there that's still, but this one had a lot fewer roots. So this one might need more time to heal. But I'm thinking that all this one needed was just some time for those roots to heal up. But I mean, you can really see the green coming out, and it's like starting to really pop out at you, especially against that contrast of those brown dead leaves. So this is a good thing. So, you know, and pretty much the whole point of this whole video series that I'm doing about this is that, you know, if you live in the city, I mean, you see my front yard is concrete. You live in the desert, because I mean, it's hot here all the time. But if you crack the code, you can grow your own fruits and vegetables. And that's kind of the important thing, because, you know, if stores start getting hit hard, you know, for economic reasons or whatever, you know, prices go up, you know, the economy, inflation and all that. If you can grow some of your own plants, if you can hunt and fish some of your own food, then you can take a little bit of that burden off of your dinner table, so that you're not as strapped, and then you can, you know, use that for other things that you have to pay for, you know, whether it's electricity, rent, you know. And again, probably not this year, but next year I plan on doing a lot of experimentation with solar panels, because I want to have a backup. I need a backup plan in case, you know, the grid does go down. I want to be able to say, okay, well, you know what, at least my food's not going to go bad. I still have refrigeration. I still have, you know, the freezer. You know, if it gets real bad, you know, we can use it for a little bit of air conditioning. But, you know, we got to have those, you know, but I got to experiment with it, because I don't know what I'm doing. I got to do the research, and, you know, because I want to do it myself, because, I mean, you know, it's kind of a fun thing to do, you know, that. And if you do it yourself, then there's no government regulation on it, so they don't have their fingers in it. Because I have a feeling that a lot of these subsidized plans where they come in and they put the solar panels on your roof, if those are even real, I see the ads for them all the time, but even if those are real, I got a feeling the government puts their fingers in it and takes some of your electricity, or some of the, you know, the money that you're saving, and they take it. I just have a feeling that's how, you know, most governments work. But I think that a good way to, oh, we got a pollinator flying around, a big old bumblebee, because the neighbor's yard, they have these yellow flowers on. I have the same crap I have over there that I got to get rid of, but they only have one tree. But they've got a lot of, it's bringing in the pollinators too, so that's good, because I'm putting my trees right next to theirs. So right over here, yeah, it's got these purple flowers on it, which attract the pollinators. I'm not even sure what this weed is, but this thing is just, you can't get rid of it. It comes up from the roots. But just having one tree like this isn't that bad, but I got 4 of them over there, and just can't get rid of them. But there's some pollinators flying around up in here, so that's good. Saw a big old bumblebee up in here. But yeah, so, you know, and, you know, and not only that, but fresh fruits are so much better. You know, get those fresh vegetables in. But, you know, hey, if there's a grid down situation, maybe you can't get to the store. Maybe there's lockdowns. If you have your own food stored up, then great. But what happens if the stores never recover? You know, you may have to learn how to grow your own food. So that's what this is all about. And, you know, just one quick look, you can just see you can see the growth, and I think that that's pretty phenomenal, especially for the desert. All right, that's it for today. So hey, if this is your first time on the channel, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. If you're already subscribed, do me a favor, hit that like button. It really helps get this pushed out to more people. And you know, leave me a comment on what you think. If you've had success growing food in the desert, hey, leave me a comment, because, you know, I'm still trying to crack the code, because I didn't grow up in the desert. And now that I'm here, I want to make the best of the situation and start having some fresh fruits and vegetables. But all right, till next time, keep prepping.